Hello, good morning friends. Welcome back to your favorite channel Code One Digest. Today in this tutorial we will learn how to write Node.js code to upload file to AWS S3 bucket. Yes friend, how can you write Node.js application, Node.js program to upload, to download, to list the content of S3 bucket? Yes, this is a very common scenario. We all use S3 bucket for multiple purpose to upload files, to download files and so on, right? So how can you write that code into Node.js, JavaScript? So we'll see that step by step. I'll show you how to create S3 bucket, how to create credential to access S3 bucket, how to set up Node.js project, how to write Node.js program to upload file to S3 bucket. So all of that we'll see in this tutorial. So stay tuned and watch this tutorial till end. It is going to be very informative and very useful tutorial for you. If you are new to S3 bucket and if you want to learn Node.js, then this is a tutorial for you. In previous tutorial friends, I have explained how can you set up S3 bucket in detail, how to set up S3 bucket from scratch. So go and watch this tutorial. This tutorial will help you in setting up the S3 bucket if you want to learn and set up your S3 bucket from scratch, right? And then in this tutorial I'll show you how can you create access key, access secret, and then how can you write Node.js program to upload and download file, right friends? Okay friends, so now we have created bucket and inside the bucket we have this file uploaded. Now what we'll do is we'll create an IAM user to access this file. Okay, so let's go to IAM, search for IAM service, and then you will land on this IAM dashboard. Here on the user, click on create user to create a desired user. Here I'll say S3 bucket test user, right? And then I'll say next at the bottom right corner. So I'll just say next. We'll create the policy, resource policy later, and then review and create. User name is S3 bucket test user. Permissions we'll add later. Say create user, right? So S3 bucket user is created. Now next what we'll do is we'll create a policy and then we'll attach that policy into this user. So we'll go to the policies here, create a policy. If you have a policy created JSON, then that you can paste it here directly. Let's try to do visually. Select S3 here, all S3 actions, read write permission tagging, right? Resources specific grant all and request condition. Next, policy name S3 bucket test policy, permission full access full resource, create policy, right? So now you can search S3 bucket. Yeah, so this is your policy. Now what we'll do is we'll attach that policy into this user. Go to the user, permissions, add permission policy, add permissions, attach policy directly. So here we can say S3 bucket. So this is our policy that we have created, and say next and click add permissions. So the policy got added to that user. Now you can see in this user we have this permission S3 bucket policy, and this policy says S3 bucket full access all resources, right? So this is the permissions that we have. If we want JSON, so this is a JSON version of it. Allow action S3 star resource star. Okay, so this is a policy that we have created. Now what we'll do is we'll create user access key and secret for this user so that we can use to access it. Now security credentials, create access key. So come inside the user. So let's go inside the user, click on the security credential, come down to create access key. Create access key here, click on create access key, use case, command line, local code, application running in AWS, third party service, application running outside AWS, others. So I'll say third party because we may want to use the credential in other application who wants to access our S3 bucket, right, which is running outside AWS infra as well, right? So I understand, click next, description tag value, S3 bucket, access key, create access key. So this is my access key. Let's say I'm copying this, and secret, I'll copy that. You should keep this safe because this is critical. You should not expose these to anyone, otherwise they will have access to your resources, right? So now we have access key and access secret. Now we'll try to access our S3 bucket. Let us do that. Friends, before we proceed in this video, I request you to subscribe this channel to grow Code One Digest family. Friends, I am creating a lot of quality videos on programming, coding concepts, design pattern and design principles, cloud and container technologies, but I'm not getting subscribers. I request you to like, share and subscribe this channel so that I can grow our Code One Digest family. Thank you. Okay friends, so as we have created S3 bucket and we have created credentials, access key and secret for our program to use it. Now let me show you a JavaScript project to upload file to S3 bucket. I'll show you step by step how can you set up JavaScript NodeJS project and how can we run it, how can we upload file using that program. Okay friends, so if you can see on the screen, I'm initializing a new project, Node.js project using npm init, and provided all the information like package name, S3 upload, version, description, S3 upload file using Node.js, and rest of the things are default values. And then this is my package.json file created automatically, right? So this is a project that I have created, and now I load these into a Visual Studio Code and then I'll show you the program. But before that, we also have to install our AWS SDK. Let us install that AWS SDK library so that we can use those functions to upload file, right? We would require S3 functions to upload files, to download files, to list the content of the S3 bucket and so on, right? We have to install that S3 SDK. Let me show you that. I'm in a project directory already, S3 upload, and I'm writing npm install AWS SDK. Let us hit this to install all the dependencies. It will take few minutes to download and install all the required libraries. Okay friends, so it is done. So the libraries are installed. Now we can validate the same in package.json file. Let us see that. So this is my package.json file, and you see that in dependencies AWS SDK got it automatically, right, as we installed it. So that means this library is available to me to use in my program. Now let me create an index.js file and then we'll use this library to write our code. Index.js file, right? So index.js file I have created, and now I'll write a code to upload the file. Okay friends. Okay friends, so now it's time for us to write a program to upload file to S3 bucket. So here is the program. This is the index.js file I have created. Let's understand this program line by line. So very first line, what I'm doing is I'm importing the AWS SDK so that I'll have all those functions to work on S3 object. So S3 is the object that will create and will have all the functions like upload, download, list content of S3 bucket and so on. So as in the previous step, we have installed AWS SDK. Now we are using it in the program. And then we are using FS because we are dealing with a file system. Hence, we need this module. Very first thing that we have to do is we have to create an object of S3 bucket using aws.s3. This is coming from our AWS SDK file. And in that, we have to provide our access key and access secret here. So in the previous steps, as we have seen how to get the access key and access secret, that you have to paste it here as a value. You have to replace this with your access key and your access secret. So this we have defined, we have created instance of S3, we have object S3 here, and then I'm writing a function upload file where it's taking two parameters, what is my file name to upload and what is my bucket name, right? Inside that, using FS module, I'm reading the file that I want to upload. It can be a media file like JPG, PNG file or text file or any other file. So it will read the file, and then I'm defining another constant where to upload. This is my target location. So where to upload in my bucket. So I'm uploading in the bucket in POC Australia with a file name. So this is the location in S3 bucket where I'll be uploading it, right? Next, I'm defining a param where I'll be providing a bucket name. The key here is the location where I want to upload. So this is the upload file location, that variable we have created, the constant we have created above. So this contains the complete absolute location with the file name. So if you see here, we have a location plus file name. So that will go into key, and body is the file content. So file content that we have created constant here after reading the file. So all three are available in a param. Now actual work starts here at line number 23 when we are calling s3.upload function by passing this param, and param having all the information like bucket name, where to upload and what to upload. File content is what to upload. So all that will go into param, and then we have error and data as a response parameters, and we'll be logging the message accordingly. If there is any error, we'll log the error message. Otherwise, we'll be printing a successful message with data.location where we have uploaded the file. Right, friends? And finally, I am calling that upload file, this function at line number 30 by passing the file name that I want to upload, right? This test.png I want to upload. This test.png is available at the same location where my index.js file is available. So index.js is here, same place, test.png is there. If you want to select a file from some other location, then you have to give the absolute path, right? Give absolute path and file name so that it will pick the file from that location. And this is the name of my bucket. So my bucket name is my bucket, hence it will upload the file to this bucket, right? So you have to replace this access key, access secret and the bucket name as per your need, and also the location where you want to upload, the target location where you want to upload the file, right, friends? Now let us run this program and see if we are able to upload the file. But before that, let us go to our S3 bucket and see what do we have inside this directory. Okay friends, so now I'm in that location in my bucket in Australia folder, and I just have one hello.txt file, right friends? So now let us go back and run the program and test it if our program is working fine. Okay friends, so now as we have completed our coding, now it's time to run and test if our program is running fine and uploading a file to S3 bucket at designated location or not, right? So let me run this program. node index.js, right? Yes, so it says file uploaded successfully at this location, if you see, right? So the file is uploaded at designated location. So now what we'll do is we'll go in S3 bucket and validate if the file is successfully uploaded or not. We'll go and check the file in S3 bucket. Let us do that. Okay friends, so as you can see, the file is uploaded here, test.png, just now after running the program. That means JavaScript code is working absolutely fine. Node.js code is absolutely fine. So let me just quickly summarize what we tried to achieve in this video. I explained you how can you set up S3 bucket, how to create credential to access S3 bucket programmatically, and then we have created Node.js JavaScript program to upload file to S3 bucket. As this is a POC, that is why I have just used upload function, but as per your requirement you can use download function, you can list the content of S3 bucket and so on, right? And then run the program, and we have validated that the file test.png is uploaded successfully in S3 bucket. Okay friends, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, so do subscribe to my channel to grow Code1 Digest family. Thank you. Friends, if you like this video, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for the more interesting videos. Click on the bell icon for the latest video notifications, and do not forget to share this video with all your friends and colleagues. This is very useful information for students, beginners and software engineers. I am putting a lot of efforts in creating these contents, so please help me growing the Code1 Digest family. Please subscribe to Code1 Digest channel for the latest programming and technology related videos. Thank you.